Welcome back. Ghana's gross domestic product growth in 2016 stood at a provisional figure of 3.5% year-on-year, and that's down from 3.9% in 2015. The acting government statistician, Bar at a news conference on Wednesday, explains that producer price inflation rose to 6% year-on-year in March from 5.4% in February, citing higher petroleum and gold prices. As Nigeria gradually eases out of economic recession, the verge of exit poses an opportunity for the re-entry of real investors. This is coming from the chief executive of Suji Motor Construction, Suji Ogundele. In this interview with Channel's business producer Temple Shaju, he explains why the Nigerian market remains a major destination for luxury properties.
That is very, very positive news for the real estate industry as well as other sectors in the Nigerian environment. I mean, a recession alone, the panic alone is enough for people to get scared to invest money into different sectors. But having said that, the real estate sector has proven for more than 100 years to be the most secured investment option when it comes to any sector. Recently, we did a research in us and we realized that 72% of people between the age of 41 to 65 actually choose real estate as the most preferred and secured retirement plan. This information allows you to understand that there's no better oil. I mean, oil and everything, but there is no better oil than real estate. I mean, the size of the Nigerian real estate market is very huge. If you look at Nigeria as a whole and do a comparative analysis, you realize that Nigeria has not even been able to exploit 5% of its true potential. If you look at somewhere like Ikoyi and Banana Island, these areas have not even been able to build on 40 or 60%, between 40 to 60% of their land space. This tells you that there's enormous opportunity in the sector, and most of these houses that have been built have not, they do not even meet the international standard when it comes to luxury living. That allows you to understand the potential in these areas and things that could be done, high rises that could be provided, and mixed-use development that is so long lacking compared to other parts of Africa, like South Africa, even Ghana and other parts of Africa. So there's a huge potential in the Nigerian Lagos real estate market in particular.
What would you say is the place of the Nigerian real estate market in the African front, and why would you want to encourage foreign investors to come into this line?
If you look again at the Nigerian real estate market, there is a deficit in the housing market, but this deficit, it's between the middle class, the lower middle class and upper middle class. Now, where our expertise stand is within the higher middle class, and there is an enormous deficiency in this market as well, where people allocate location for luxury. So the fact that you have your property in Ikoyi or Victoria Island or Banana Island does not necessarily put your property as a luxury property. This information allows you to understand that there is a demand for luxury real estate, but the supply for actual luxury is actually where the problem is. Every international investor, when it comes to real estate, international or foreign direct investors who are focused on investing in the Nigerian real estate market would want to understand the viability of this sector. And let me tell you something, there is nothing you build in Nigeria that wouldn't sell. If coming from the lower middle class, the middle class and the upper middle class, it will sell. Immediately, you are able to allocate value for money, and that is very important. We are getting to understand that the environment is a huge contributor to our health and to our well-being. Recently, I was just in a panel in South Africa how they've started introducing green energy as an alternative energy for alternative to petrol, to diesel and generators. But we must understand and face the challenges we have. How can we create other measures or other alternatives that can be supplementary to our energy deficiency? We all understand that since independence, we've had energy deficiencies and, that there's been no light. And that's one of the reasons why, that's one of the contributors of our, of the problems we have in climate change and everything. But I believe that gradually the market has understood that it is very important for it to be green efficient and for us to start, for we developers to start implementing other alternative in the provision of energy.
Now, have you ever imagined living in a container? Well, here's an interesting one coming from Egypt, where two entrepreneurs are transforming discarded shipping containers and transforming them into living spaces in stores, offering alternative living space in Cairo. Take a look.
As the local wheat harvest season gets underway, Egypt's Minister of Supply says there's about 2.6 months worth of wheat in Egypt's strategic reserves. Egypt, the world's largest importer of the grain, has said it aims to buy about 4 to 4.5 million tons of wheat from farmers this season, while cracking down on smuggling that has cost the country hundreds of millions of dollars in recent years.
Apologies for the mix-up in that report there, but that's the program today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I am BC Adebayo.